What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Venom issue number 23. Now, if you've been following Venom comics, the summer of symbiotes, all of this stuff that has been going on, you've noticed that there are a handful of symbiotes that have been jumping into the fray. We got Dylan that is essentially Codex now. Toxin's out there, we got other individuals like Rascal that is a brand new symbiote brought to the table. And in this issue, we are introducing the newest one. Though this symbiote does not have a name yet, the host of this symbiote is the one and only Black Widow. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this story, we are picking up with Natasha. She has been hunting down a nameless group for months. It has brought her down to this basement, talking to a man that she once trusted, Kenneth Walken. Once upon a time, he was a friend. Now, he is no one. Natasha has been calling this group No Name, but they are not quiet terrorists. They have no political agenda, no shared values, no desire to change the world. Bound together in grief, they put on masks to see justice done for those they lost. And today, while they have this conversation, Keith pulls a gun on her. Unfortunately, this will be the last thing that he ever does. We see the symbiote come up all around him. It grabs hold of him, and the symbiote begins to eat away, with Natasha telling the symbiote that you can't just kill at will. It tries to tell her that it was just a little bite, but the symbiote ate his brain. As the symbiote returns to Natasha, she is flooded with new thoughts and new memories. She stole his mind. The symbiote stole his mind. Also having a discussion with the symbiote, asking if the symbiote has been able to break into the hive yet. Though the symbiote is unsuccessful, Natasha tells it to keep trying because they need to get to him before Alchemax does. They need to get to Venom. This is where we pick up with Dylan, waking up in his messy house. He gets a phone call from Bryn, and Bryn is telling him, you need to get out of there, you need to go now because they are coming for you. That No Name is back, and Alchemax thinks that you were involved. As Dylan tries to reach out to Venom, he is unable to do so. Venom is not responding because Venom, he is inside the Venom's hive. The hive has been compromised. It has been invaded. Both Venom and Toxin are in here. They know that someone is scuttling about. This is when they show their face. This symbiote introducing itself as Widow, and it is telling Venom and Toxin that they need to talk. While they are having this discussion, Dylan's house is getting sprayed with bullets. With Venom not responding, he's got to figure this out on his own. He makes his way to the rooftop. The helicopters begin to open fire, and so he jumps from the roof. A leap of faith, hoping that Venom is going to show back up. He apologizes to Dylan but says that there is trouble afoot, that there are things going on with the hive. And while Venom doesn't fully understand what is going on, they are going to meet Toxin at Widow's place. This is where we pick up with Black Widow. She is going through all the memories of Keith. Every single one that he has ever had, ever endured. Love, passion, hate, fear, anger, all of it. She is experiencing everything it is to be Keith. This is when we have the arrival of Venom. Now, Venom knows who she is, but Dylan doesn't know who she is. As they get to talking, she talks about her symbiote. Dylan feels a sting of something else when he sees the symbiote in Natasha's care. It is so young and so curious. Right now, he is not convinced that this woman, this spy, is the right host for a newborn. But Natasha is saying that they need Venom's help. Not really sure what she needs at first. She points to the TV, this happening to be on every single channel. We see that Bryn is also watching this. This is No Name. The last thing Bryn thinks before everything goes to hell is that was supposed to be me. We saw No Name trying this exact thing on Bryn. Had it not been for Toxin, he wouldn't have escaped. But then Bryn is met by somebody on the street. Somebody that knows exactly who he is. as we pick back up with Natasha and Venom. They watch as all of this unfolds. Natasha beginning to let him know that a year ago, Alchemax had a massive fire at one of their facilities. A number of people died. A substance called K43. It leaked into the water supply. It hit the town hard. And over the following months, people began to get sick. Of course, Alchemax denied any wrongdoing. The families left without any answers or any support. The boy that they currently have in there, he will eventually die within a couple of hours. That, of course, is unless Alchemax takes responsibility and admits what they have done wrong. No Name is going to let him slowly die on live television. And if Alchemax stays quiet, No Name will do this again and again and again. When asked who this group is, these are just people who lost somebody in such meaningless ways. They are simply everywhere. They work for the government. They are neighbors. They are everybody. But this is when they feel it. The symbiote sense. Toxin is in trouble. As we pick up with Toxin completely surrounded, he goes in to take these guys down. Usually there is a scent of fear in the air, one that Toxin can smell, but on this day, that smell isn't there. Because these guys, they're not afraid. They are only the distraction. This is when other guys with guns designed specifically to take down Toxin, they fire it into his back. The symbiote mind is overwhelming. All they can feel is pain, somewhere far away, but Dylan can find him, with Widow asking that if you can find him, does that mean you can locate me wherever I am? And he lets her know that yes, I can, but Toxin is our grandchild. This makes him a little bit more complicated, with Venom communicating with the Hive, saying that there are more symbiotes on the way, asking Widow if she is with them. She says yes, and so they take off. This is where we pick up with Toxin just being absolutely obliterated by these weapons. A barrage of sound and heat simultaneously. It almost feels like he is melting from the inside. He knows the only way to save Bryn is to leave, and so he detaches from him. He tells Bryn that there is no other way. He tells him not to look back. And the guys with guns, they grab hold of Bryn. They say that his name was Bryn Waters, but now his name is no one. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Yet another interesting story from the Venom stories. Now it's definitely starting to get convoluted with how many people have a symbiote, but I think all of this is going to come to an end once we have our ultimate battle between Dylan's hive mind and Eddie Brock's hive mind. Because Dylan has disconnected these symbiotes that are in his hive mind and brought them into his own, created his own. They are all waiting for the return of Eddie Brock. Dylan believes that he is going to have to take his father down. We have still yet to know what really is going to happen. What we do know is that there is a symbiote war on the horizon. Dr. Doom has shown us as much. We are seeing that Dylan is starting to gather forces, from Sleeper to Toxin to now Widow. And I think we can even include Rascal into the fold. He is slowly but surely building up his forces. How many people will be left with symbiotes after the Venom War, after the Symbiote War? I think we're gonna see a reduction, like individuals like Widow are no longer gonna have it. Maybe even Rascal will be taken away. That all of these individuals were given symbiotes just for the time being, just for the summer of symbiotes. But once the war ends, I think we're gonna see that number drastically cut down. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything that has been going on with Eddie Brock and Venom, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.